How Bobbi Althoff lost her entire audience in a year. Another documentary, bro. She's getting cooked.
So it has been quite a long time since we last checked in on Bobbi Althoff. Around a year and a half ago, I actually declared her
She was bound to fall off the way she was acting, though, gang. I'm not gonna lie. There was no longevity to her content, bro.
biggest industry plant I had ever witnessed hit the podcast scene.
Hi guys, welcome to the Really Good Podcast with your host Bobbi Althoff.
Basically, this woman came out of nowhere and
like she's not really talented, to be honest, gang. I ain't gonna lie.
Some huge guests like Drake, Mark Cuban, and other celebrities on her show, dubbed the Really Good Podcast.
I think my mom named me after a lawyer, which always kind of like rubbed me the wrong way.
Within a week of the Drake interview, Bobbi was being represented by one of the top talent agencies and getting mainstream publicity. For this reason,
yeah, that was crazy, chat. How much do they cost for a PR team? I want one, low key, but I'm like I don't have any money.
People began to call her an industry plant because the only content that she had made online before this was essentially a spoof of mommy blogger TikTok content, where she did garner millions of followers, mainly moms all around the country who liked her sarcastic brand of humor.
There is nothing more embarrassing than walking around with one of these. Everyone knows how it got there. They know what you did.
She claims that she parlayed this TikTok career into another career in podcasting after she offered her followers $300 to come onto her podcast.
There's like a finder's fee, right? You said if you can get a celebrity, I will pay you $300.
Yeah.
She says that this offer led to the episode with Funny Marco, which would in turn lead to her being in bed with Drake. You can picture her to be like the slightly more successful Hawk Tuah girl.
Facts.
To me, their careers actually draw a lot of parallels to each other, but one had to tell the world her methods for sucking dudes off before she got thrown into the belly of the industry matrix. Had that type of lightning in a bottle rise to fame that left onlookers saying, damn, this world is getting really f***ed up. But
Yeah, I was mad. I'm like, this girl literally makes what niggas making a whole year in one episode, and she's not talented whatsoever. Like, there's creators who actually put their hard work into this. And then people who get it handed to them just got a chance of luck. I'm like, yo, damn, I'm jealous, gang. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I could just have it handed to me like that with no actual effort or work put in.
To be fair to Bobbi, she does seem a lot more intelligent than Hawk Tuah.
Hawk Tuah. Hawk Tuah. Hawk Tuah. Say it aggressive. Like Hawk Tuah.
Whatever happened to that chick, by the way?
Anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
I guess she's still asleep. And with Bobbi having such
Facts.
an astronomical rise to fame in such a short period of time, and the fact that most people felt like she was directly biting her entire deadpan comedic style from Funny Marco himself.
Yeah, she basically did. In my opinion, I think she basically took everything Funny Marco did and did the same thing, to be honest.
She started to get a lot of ridicule online. I don't think it helped that she missed her son's birthday, be there in bed with Drake that day.
You know?
I flew all the way here.
Yeah, go watch the video, Brady. You'll
Yeah,
catch
I really
that. Say that
on
for later,
my
bro.
daughter's first birthday.
I wasn't gonna bring that up.
Mm-hmm.
You missed your daughter's first birthday for
To
this.
be here.
Dark.
I'd have the same way, nigga. That's your daughter.
Regret that you'll never be able to undo.
Yeah.
Horrible parenting.
Something
Facts.
people thought was a joke at first, as it was her brand to be dry and sarcastic, but now it's been revealed that she was being totally serious. The other thing was, when she was doing these interviews, she would constantly be making passes at these men, asking them if they would sleep with her, or if she was their type.
Am I your type?
I'd do it.
I'd do it.
Like, that's crazy.
Thank you.
That's crazy.
Would you date someone that looks like me?
Why are you watching the Hawk Tuah girl, gang? This is not Hawk Tuah girl. This is the other girl. This is Bobbi Althoff.
Something that is not only strange to do as an interviewer, but also it got even more wild when people found out that she was still married. Strangely enough,
Crazy.
the dude would actually file for divorce the very same month the Drake podcast came out, which
Facts.
led to quite a bit of speculation online.
I'd do it.
One thing I will say is that she was way ahead of her time when it came to
Yo,
the
what's good,
Drake
Em?
mistreatment, deleting their interview right after it started
Boy,
going
shaking
viral,
ass.
and hating at his concert. But after a while, the sarcastic, too cool to care bit really got old, and she even got put in her place by rapper Offset, who let
Oh,
her
that was
know
funny. I
she
watched this
wasn't all
one.
that.
I watched
You
this
wanted
one.
to be on my podcast.
Why you keep saying that that shit, man? I honestly didn't even want to do this shit. I don't fucking do interviews. You heard? You already told me you looked me up. I'm walking out on bullshit. I'm fucking with you because they're making me.
As a matter of fact, he cooked the hell out of her.
You need a little bit of seasoning. You ain't got no seasoning, man. You like a plain piece of chicken, just on the
Damn.
thing. You pull it off, and then you serve the dish. You need some motherfucking seasoning, man.
You can leave now.
This is my hotel. I paid for this motherfucker.
Oh. Oh.
And then she changed up her
On
whole
my
look,
stream?
and
No,
she
she
went on
wasn't.
a show with Keke Palmer, and right there she got accused of being an industry plant right to her face.
I know.
You're not an industry plant, right?
I am, but
You do feel kind of planty. We do have the same manager, so is this?
I
kinda
know. Isn't that
planted?
crazy?
Feels a bit planty.
This is definitely
you got
like
you got
Liz.
here in 5 minutes. It took me 20 years.
Hey, it has been a minute.
What I think industry plant is, it's like somebody that has been like that is tied to someone else in the industry and uses those connections to capitalize, and they like have zero talent.
I'm not an
Damn, she said that to her face. Yo, Kiki a real ass nigga, bro. You wasn't here when I started, so I'll catch it after.
anything, or
I
don't have any talents.
And then people started
You're not talented at all. You're not funny.
say that she was trying to manufacture moments. She had Ryan Garcia chasing her around the room like they were on the playground. He would later tweet out that they had this intimate situation after that was recorded, and she continued with this
Wait, she said he smashed Drake? Bobby, although she smashed Drake, but that's why she got a divorce. Damn, GG's.
that they had this intimate situation
Was on
after
stream?
that
Who
was
streamed?
recorded, and she continued with this reputation that she was kind of being bounced around the industry.
You got some close up?
I like to read people's messages, not get room tours.
Let me read your messages.
No. I don't like
I'll let you read one message if you let me read one message.
I delete all of my messages.
Liar.
Are you cleaning? I do. You don't? You keep your
I
messages?
delete my messages?
Yeah, you keep yours?
People that delete their messages are cheaters.
Damn.
I'm not a liar or a cheater.
Damn.
I hate liars.
And I feel like relevancy-wise, she kind of just came
Gotcha,
and
chat,
went,
hold on.
and honestly, Hawk Tua kind of took her spot online. Nowadays, Bobbi's channel and TikTok are mainly inactive, and the last couple of podcasts only garnered a small percentage of what she was averaging only a year ago. And I actually put myself through absolute agony by watching over an hour of Bobbi being interviewed by Forbes and Wired magazine. Bobbi Althoff, the deadpan podcast host America can't get enough of. Wow, a whopping 10K views. America just can't get enough.
Damn.
Obviously, her publicist got her this opportunity, as a lot of celebrities and online talent alike do this type of thing, so they can
Forbes.
still try and seem relevant to their sponsors and other people kind of pouring money into their careers. And before we get into all the out-of-touch things she said during these interviews, I did want to tell you guys about today's video sponsor. Some of you already know my co-dogs a time with the unlike just that she's so I have dogs better time if I don't. I did learn a lot about Bobbi for the good and the bad, and after listening to her come up story actually doesn't sound that outrageous to me.
For a few years before I was on TikTok, just doing brand deals, posting.
But she is honestly just not very likable. Coming up, she claims that she was posting 5 to 10 TikToks per day for years, where she routinely raked in millions of views, followers, and hundreds of thousands of dollars per year.
But my
Oh,
goal
she got money.
of once I started getting views and getting followers was that every single day I had to have one video that I posted that got 1 million views. So I would keep trying and trying and trying.
Now, using the Wayback Machine, I can see that her numbers do pretty much align with her story, but I do still think that after the Drake podcast, they really tried to make her this big thing, and it just kind of burnt out and then fell
Facts.
flat on its face for the same reason that industry plants in the music sector never stay hot, because the fans
Damn, they
so
put Ian on.
incredibly generic and fickle that they would just move on to the next trend like nothing. And one thing
Yeah, Ian's not trending anymore. I remember Ian was on with Max, but now he's not even like relevant at all.
thing I did find very interesting in these interviews was the insistence that she has always been driven by wanting to be famous.
I've always wanted to act or have some
I just realized that Ian's album flopped. That's probably why he kind of fell off.
type of leg in Hollywood, kind of. So I felt, my family always says that if anybody in our family was going to end up where I ended up, it would be me, because I was the most driven towards that.
And even more by wanting to be rich.
How'd you become an influencer or creator?
Just wanting to make money.
She even says that the only reason she did podcasting and TikTok in the first place was because she saw how much money other people made doing it and got motivated.
Mentally decided that she made like at least $300 a year on her podcast alone, and I was like, that's what I need to do next. Like, I need a podcast.
And for someone who loves money so much, she seems incredibly lazy about her job. Multiple times she brags about the fact that she goes into her podcast doing little to zero research on her guests that day.
And what is your interviewing technique?
Just no research, show up, and ask questions. I was researching how he
terrible.
interviews people, and I was like, oh God, this is a lot of work. Let me just go in there and know nothing. It's so much
She's
work.
lazy, bro. I don't think she really had a passion for this. She just did it for the money. It's kind of crazy. Like, you gotta actually try to make it entertaining, like script something out, bro.
And keep in mind, she's doing this in the face of 2 career journalists who do not look very amused.
Is the notebook just for show? Because you kind of have it open.
No,
The fact that she's confused, like getting a notebook, is to have a guided conversation where I have a list of what I want to talk about and what to ask you, and have potential answers to what you may say, bro. What are you talking about, bro? And I'm not even a journalist, and I know that's why she has a piece of paper to guide the conversation. You dumb.
This is just my method.
It's okay.
This is my method. I'm a journalist, so I have my method.
I was making around like 250 to 300 a year.
1,000.
Yeah.
From brand.
Huh?
From brand deals on TikTok, and 250 is great and all, but it's hard to come up with content with just me every day.
$250,000 a year as an annual income is great and all.
Yes.
It is great.
That's yo, chat. Does anyone know anybody personally that makes that much amount of money? No. Again, what are we talking about? 250K? Like, it takes people like 5, maybe even more years, bro. The average salary, gang, is what? I don't even know. The average salary makes probably like, it's like 4 times the average salary in 1 year, bro. It's crazy.
It is great.
Yeah, she's out here making $300,000 per year.
2% of the whole U.S. makes that type of money. Damn.
Like a minimum wage job at Sonic, which I don't think is a winning strategy for gaining public favor. To me, above all else, it really just seems like there's really no passion in anything Bobbi does, and it's all strictly for the money or the clout, which in some fields
What'd I
can
just say,
definitely
chat?
work, but not in the entertainment industry.
I hope that I go from D-list to A-list. That's my goal.
You're not gonna go A-list because you didn't get big enough to do it. It's like you didn't really have any authentic talent. The only possible way is if you were able to transition from podcasting to being a major mainstream actor. That's literally it. Or maybe music, where you have to go crazy. Like, it'd be an insane pivot. That's the only way, bro.
10 years.
From
You need
D-list
talent.
to A-list.
Yes.
She still insists over and over, though, that she would be fine going back to a job at Jersey Mike's.
At the end of the day, if I had to go back and work at Jersey Mike's again to support myself, I'll make your sandwich for you.
Yeah, I'm calling absolute
That's cap.
bullshit on that, okay?
She's gonna hit up Drake and be like, yo, please, like, pay me. Like, come on, bro.
Wasn't even cool with 300,000. And during these
It's good.
interviews, both of
We could watch it in court. Who's down to watch it in court? Let me run a poll, bro.
the interviewers indirectly question her in the background, pulls a lot of strings for her.
What do you think is your appeal? Why do you think you became a thing?
Because you're a plant. You never actually put in no real work, bro.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
The definition of a plant makes a lot more sense. Just knowing somebody who could get you there, because it's like landing Drake or landing Funny Mark, and you never really had a crazy platform is still insane. But at the end of the day, anybody, whoever it is in this type of environment and space, you need connections. You need to know the right people, and you just need right place and right timing to do certain things and get bigger, bro.
Why are you looking at me like that? Well, early on, I was like, is that a joke? Like, what is an industry plant? You guys,
Right.
and I would just play into it because I was like, there's no way people actually think that. But then I realized, like, what people actually
People
think
actually,
that,
no, I
which-
did my reading. They actually think
They
that.
really do. And I think that it makes sense. Like, from an outside looking in perspective, I can see why they would think that.
Basically, it seems like nobody's buying her story, and at one point she even cries over the hate that she receives online.
Sometimes it's just constructive criticism. It can be a little mean, but yeah, it doesn't bother me too much.
Other than that, when
It doesn't bother you, but you're crying.
it comes to Bobbi, there were these pictures of men carrying her out of the club. Someone put together that she was allegedly dating this NFL player based on one of
That
her
was not an NFL player, by the way. And damn, she getting drunk in the club. GG's.
posts, and then she got totally embarrassed when this dude did not want to claim her like that, denying the
That was
allegations
not- that wasn't
on
him, though.
Twitter after they caught his ass in 4K. I mean, truly, there's nothing much worse than when you think you were in a full-blown relationship with someone, and it turns out they were hiding your ass the whole time or really don't want anything to do with you like that.
Wait, so is that him or that wasn't him? He said that's not me. So is that him or was it not? Like, was he actually there and didn't claim it?
Publicly. And so now she's been on TikTok crying.
Just like hard to imagine finding someone who is truly good for you. It's hard to imagine there's a world where there's like someone who's actually meant for you.
I mean, talk about a turn of events. She was online talking about it's time for her hoe phase.
So what you doing for these 2 years? You gonna be a hoe?
I have to do
She was a Shensi? Oh, Lord.
a hoe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe I will.
Oh no, you said you married young and you have your 2 kids already and you're divorced. Isn't that what divorced people do after that?
just sleep around and have fun.
And now she's recording herself
GGs.
tearing up on camera.
And I got lonely. Met a guy around Thanksgiving. And I think things moved really fast. I don't know. I thought it was fucking fate. Clearly it wasn't. It was really sweet. It raised the bar for me, which sometimes sucks because then it's like, fuck. I didn't want the bar to be raised at all. Dating is just hard, you guys. Like,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you, we don't care.
I don't know, I always just think it's an interesting case study to see how quickly these individuals fall out of favor with the public. For her and the Hawktua girl, it was like trying to live in a house with no foundation, like that bitch is up on stilts. All it really takes is a little adversity to knock that shit down.
I knew that for a fact. Just one bad PR stunt and you don't have an established fan base or anybody really behind you, you're cooked.
In bed and put her on the map, this all likely would have never happened. Maybe Kendrick wouldn't even have dissed his ass. Maybe he was at home on his laptop and this is what sent him over the edge.
Damn.
He knew at this moment that Drake was not like him. In all seriousness though, Bobbi seems alright, but as far as her maintaining a career online, I just don't really see the longevity here, given her motivations are all wrapped up in clout, material possessions, and greed. Not to even mention the fact that it seems like she couldn't really give a damn about her podcast or producing it in a better way. But I want to know what you guys think about this latest Bobbi Althoff update.
I think that she just didn't have a passion for it. I mean, money consumed her, but she never even did it for the passion to begin with. She never genuinely wanted to make content. So, you know, she facts her family to be a D-list celebrity. I mean, yeah, I mean, you did do that and you got to live with that. And she's wrong for that.